And there we are. Good morning, morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Queenie Morris. Queenie Morris, thank you for being here. Darlene Walter Riley, thank you for being here. And Wanda Chisholm, thank you for being here. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to my Uber drivers, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to my brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Troy, I haven't seen you in a while, but wherever you're at, just keep it up. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. You're a good person. You deserve respect. Who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself? Not who wants okay for others, but really good for yourself. Enough on out there. Big up this morning and welcome. Hail up the first 10 people that come in at a place and let's talk about this one. All right, again, let me say Queenie Morris again, first one here this morning. I appreciate you greatly, Queenie. Thank you for being here. Darlene Walter Riley, I appreciate you greatly. Wanda Chisholm, thank you for being here. Sash, great goodies. Belinda Coy, Watson, Lola Lewis, Emma Inspire, Audrey Minor, I'ma Inspire. Those see names like those I won't forget. If the name is like I'ma Inspire or something like that, Bad Gal 69 or something like that. Richard Leon, Ricardo Leon, thank you for being here. Gawain 1985 up and Natasha B, thank you for being here. La Zionessa, Every Ellison, Home Tips, Darky 35, Kenny G, Hot and Spicy there, and Jones Zion. All right, we're gonna stop right there. So before we have to call out every single person. I don't know what's going on with my lighting, so y'all bear with me. One day we get really good lighting, and I didn't move anything, but you know the kids come and they play in my studio area. Actually, I'm in their bedroom. I use a corner of their bedroom to do the show. Kai's right over there, so if you hear him every now and then make some noise, I got his headphones on. Nice little thing to use to segue into. We got two topics this morning. We're going to talk about this whole vaccine thing because things are looking kind of funny, even though, you know, YouTube doesn't really want you getting too deep into these things. So I'm not going to get too deep. And if you don't understand Patois this morning, then you might need some help from somebody. Because sometimes when we want to trick them little something with them called algo, you know what the rest of the word is. But just start chat be a Patois, them just skip over it. So anytime I want to get something across to the audience, I go into that, right? Kai, no papa. It's going to be a long morning. I don't think the live is going to be that long this morning unless I take him to the other side of the house. So I have a dilemma this morning. Two topics. We're going to talk about that whole new variant. I want to holler at the people who have been jabbed. We're not going to use the word. We're going to say jabbed. I want to holler at the people who've been jabbed. Check on you, see how you're doing, and that kind of stuff. And talk about heading back into lockdown. You know, lockdown was kind of rough for a lot of people. There are a lot of people that will break under this pressure. Kai, you can't do that, Papa. You have to go. And then there's this 4-year-old, the story of the 4-year-old that got beaten yesterday by his mom's man. I don't know if even the mom is married or if it's his common law wife, but he beat the 4-year-old to death yesterday for blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that story then. It would have been a nice segue to say that my child, for some reason, has become extremely attached. This is Kai. So even when I sleep on the other side of the house, because, you know, I work late and all this other stuff, so I don't want to wake everybody else. You got Milani and her mom and things. So I just hold it on the other side of the house, see? And my son is 3, so I can surely relate. And here he is. He'll wake up in the middle of the night and come find me. He'll leave where his mom is at and he'll come find me. And this has been going on now for the past 2 weeks. See, I'm trying to go live. He got his little headphones on. I was trying to send or put him on the other side of the house before I started the live. I forgot to take away my headphone. Let me turn my camera around because you know we all transparent up in here. This is my family, my SouFLoTV family. So there's Kai right over there in his space. So Kai there. But the thing about Kai is this is supposed to be. Kai doesn't use the room though. He just play in this room in the daytime. So I turned the other part of the room into my area. And I have a captain's bed over here where I chill. So when I go to work late at night, so I'm working from home, right? And when I work late at night, right here on the computer, I get work till I get tired till I feel like I can't go anymore. You know when you're so tired, you're hitting F, Kaya spell fall, but you're hitting F and you wake up and look and it's like 27 F on the thing. Okay, it's time to go to bed. So I'm gonna just fall out right that's upon this captain's bed. But this is Kai's space. This is the same room where the bulb exploded, by the way, and went all over the room. But this is Kai's space. But he doesn't normally use this room. We've been trying to get him to sleep in our bed. You know, I sleep in our bed. But when I sleep over here, this is exactly where he wants to be. And then don't sleep on his own bed either. He wants to sleep on the captain's bed with me, which makes it pretty uncomfortable. But I'm not rushing him. I'm cherishing these moments because they're not going to be forever. And I look at his brothers, because I have older children as well. And I look at his brothers, Jaden, 14, Kosi, 13. Them kids are so grown. Look at Kosi. I just posted a video of Kosi the other day making some jokes, right? This kid is almost 6 feet tall already, 250 pounds, and he's 13. So he's not coming to me no more to talk about he want to snuggle up next to me and all that. He'll give me a hug, but that's about it. You know, the days of loving him up and throwing him up in the air and playing with him closely, all those are gone. It goes by that quick. So with this message to parents out there, man, I understand you get frustrated sometimes, but remember what I said in videos gone by, that these babies are here to teach us patience. Patience. You're going to need a lot of patience. This child did not come into the world to be dictated. Like, you know, this is not your life to live. This child was gifted to you, and you're supposed to like pay attention, special attention to this child, find out what this child's gifts are, discover them with the child, help the child along their journey of discovery, guide them and keep them safe, and then do all the basics, provide and protect, educate, etc., right? And then prepare them for when they're ready to spread their wings and fly out into the world. That's our duty. It's not to abuse the doggone babies because they can't. You know how I feel sometimes? When I see an adult hit a child, I feel like, all right, let me hit you now then. You just clawed the rotted picnic. Boof. Some of them, boof, boof, barf. If I see it, I'm like, all right, let me do that to you then. Let me do that to you, what you just did to that child. They're always offended. Always. Well, it's the same way the picnic field. You are, I can't even find a word. Because here you are, it's like fighting somebody that doesn't want to fight. It's like, and it's even worse than that because it's a child. This child don't understand why are you inflicting pain on my body? Okay, I understood. I understand you told me to stop 50 times already. But that's where you learning patience comes in. That's where your duty to learn patience comes in. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably going to have to tell me about 50 more times or try a different method, try a different strategy. You know, half of the time when you see people abusing their kids, like, stop it, stop it, stop it, Boof! You know, you hear me tell if stop it 5 times already. When they do that, usually it's because you're out of touch. They don't want to learn patience. They're probably in the middle of something that's frivolous as hell anyways. Like, I've seen women on their phones. If you look, just scroll Instagram, right? All in other people's business. Yeah, girl, watch out. Boy, stop it. Yeah, watch out. You know, you hear stuff to stop it. Yeah. Boof! The child's interrupting your Instagram time. The child's interrupting your social media time. So y'all go boof up the baby. Hurt the damn baby. Well, let an adult. I want y'all to do this. Every time you think of hitting that child like that, I want you to let an adult be present so they can hit you the same way you just hit that child. Fair enough? All right, so I come across this story yesterday now. We're going to leave the jab and something there for and going back into lockdown conversation for a little later. Came across this story yesterday. 4-year-old boy dies after severe beating. And of course, this is out of Jamaica. So many dynamics to this story, man, that I want to talk about. But let's get into the article. So the article says, a 4-year-old boy died at the hospital yesterday, hours after he was beaten allegedly with a piece of stick by his stepfather for eating slowly. This is what law enforcement sources have revealed. By his stepfather, first of all. So immediately I'm like, okay, where's daddy? Where's the real father? It's probably one of you punk ass boys that ran away and left your kids and see the stepfather kill him. Stepfather probably allow molest him before and kill him. Because usually when they're doing other things to the children, they tend to be somewhat aggressive to these kids. Like they'll either be extra nice and give them all the passes in the world, and it's like kind of a barter. These are these pedophiles, right? Or they have to put their foot down to let them know that if you tell anybody, you know, this is what I can do to you. If I could do this to you in front of them, imagine what I could do to you behind closed doors. So there's usually more going on. Nobody, just like in a relationship where I tell women, I said, nobody is going to get up. No guy just gets up out the blue from being loving, caring, kind, understanding, and one day just bow and punches you in the eye. It doesn't happen like that. You always see a buildup, right? You choose to pay no attention to the buildup, to the red flags along the way until you get that first cuff in your eye. And even then, some of you still go back so you can get the kicks and the drag on the ground and all that too. Same thing for the children. When you see them beating the children like this, there's something else going on deeper than that. Stepfather. You see why I'm saying no stepfather can't raise any of my kids? For me, this is a personal decision for me that I made a long time ago. No stepfather is raising none of my kids. I'm not having it. And if she, listen, I tell whoever have picnic for me, no, already. If me and you not together, you better get you a gorilla, because he got a gorilla. And I'm about my kids, and he is going to have to come see me. I don't give a damn what you have to say. Me and him have to talk, yes sir. Right? And if you don't want to, I'll catch him out the road. And me and him have to talk, yes sir. But I'm going to be on it to the point where it's probably going to be uncomfortable for you. Not that I don't want a woman who leave me to go find a next man. I hope she finds happiness. You know what I'm saying? And if a man come with the happiness, then by all means, because I'm not going to stop either. But at the same time, you're not moving no man in no house, and my picnic lock up in a house with man, and you gone about your business and all these things, and my child over there calling this man daddy, and my beating picnic and feel like he can, nah, know your role, know your place, know what you came for, know where you stand, and know that this child has a dad. Yeah? So, man, it's so important to be around for your children, even if you're no longer with the mother. This is why I keep saying this. Even if you're no longer with the mom, it's important to be around for your children, because sometimes these women make poor choices. They're lonely as hell. And now they have a child. So they're like, man, now I got this child. My life is not the same. I can't flex like I used to. Can't go out and turn up with the girls and all this. They so happy when they find a man that accepts them with their child. So it's like the first one that does, he's in. Majority of women that get left by the man who they breed for, the first next man that comes along who is decent and attractive to her, he is in. Because already in her mind, she is like, nobody don't want no woman with no bunch of picnic from no other man. That's how the market set. That's how the market set. Men end up with women who have children from other men, but that's not his first choice when he's out looking for a woman, especially if he doesn't have any of his own. No man goes out looking for him, want a single mother with other picnic from other man. No, they don't. They go out looking for other women who have no children, right? So, but they end up with. So she already know the game. So she's like, oh, ping. You know, you hit a little jackpot. First one in. No time to check this person's credentials. No time to give this person time for their real self to filter out, because everybody comes nice in the beginning of a relationship. They want to impress you. They're on their best behavior, both male and female. As a relationship start, you know, just know you're going through the honeymoon phase. You're going through the nice phase. You're going through the fake phase. And it's all exciting that we're lying to each other like this. You know, that's the first part of our relationship. It's all exciting because we're lying to each other. We know we're lying to each other. Can't wait to see the real you, but let me enjoy the lie while it lasts. You notice after that fades away, then the real you start come out. Then people start talking about, I don't think I could do all this. I sign up for all this. I'm starting to hate you. All right. He has been identified as Nashawn Brown, who resided with his mother and stepfather at Willowdean in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Both adults were later questioned by detectives, after which the stepfather was taken into custody. The police confirmed through its information arm, the Corporate Communications Unit, we're waiting for the result of the post-mortem. We're talking about post-mortem on a 4-year-old, man. We're waiting for the results of the post-mortem to see if there is enough to lay charges. The man just beat the picnic to death, you know. They said we are waiting for the result to see if there is enough to lay charges. I mean, what can a post-mortem tell you that would decide if there is enough to lay charges? You know, I'm hoping that the Gleaner made a mistake in this, but more than likely they didn't. This is exactly what the Corporate Communications Unit branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said. We are awaiting the results, quote unquote. We are awaiting the results of the post-mortem to see if there is enough to lay charges. You all know the story happened? I tell you, man, Jamaica is a special place when it comes to the laws. And I'm on the outside, so I really don't get how it works. Because sometimes I see a man do something and him go to prison for 2 years. And I'm like, that's about a 25-year sentence right there. So then we see a next person do it and he get life. And then I see, it's like, it's weird. It's weird. I see a man chop off a woman head, stab her up and get 15 years. I see a next man do something more, I would say more simpler. He didn't take a life and he gets 35 and these kind of things. So I don't understand how it works. It is alleged, here's how the story went down though. It is alleged that the mother of the 4-year-old, and I understand that alleged, you do that to protect yourself because you weren't there. So you're hearing from a third-party source. However, this is through police reports and through the questioning of the stepfather and the mother. It is alleged that the mother of the 4-year-old were also physically assaulted in the process with a piece of stick after she tried to calm her enraged spouse. So he's beating the daylight out of her child, her 4-year-old, which is not his child. and she's trying to stop him, and he turned around and started whooping her ass too. A man that enraged because what? The CCU did not disclose details of the circumstances that led to the child's death, but investigations is underway. But according to sources and a police report that is seen by the Gleaner, so the Gleaner is vouching that they saw the police report, it says that the 4-year-old complained of not feeling well and he was eating slowly. And about 7 p.m. while the family was having dinner, Kai, Papa, he can't hear me. He got his headphones on. So y'all pardon the extra noise. Until him get too low now, we can't take it no more, then we move him. I really don't want to move him over there because I think his mom's still sleeping and baby girl's still sleeping. And my daughter has this weird sleeping schedule where she keeps her mom up every 2 hours throughout the night. Ever since we came back from Jamaica, she hasn't been back on her sleeping schedule. She used to sleep through the night. I slept in the room a couple of nights and I couldn't do it no more because I was tapped out. So she's probably sleeping right now, and that's why I don't want to bring Kai over there. Anyhow, according to this report, the police report, which I've seen, the 4-year-old complained of not feeling well. Mom, don't feel too good. I feel sick. My belly hurt me. That kind of stuff. Him not feel too well. And they were about to have dinner. Sat down at the table to have dinner. Mommy put him food on the table. His stepfather became angry and broke a piece of stick, which he used to beat the deceased severely, causing bruising, swelling to his upper and lower limbs, according to the police report, because the little boy was eating too slow. Little boy did not eat too slow. Did he have to go to work? Did the little boy have an appointment somewhere? It's 7 o'clock in the evening. You're having dinner. You're having dinner. If anything, I want my child to eat slow. This is how I know that I was raised with love, because them used to tell me if you count how much time I chew the food. And if I'm not chewing the food more than 24 times or something like that, then it's not good for my digestive system. This is how I grew up. My grandmother used to say, stop, cut and swallow the food. Chew your food. Take your time and chew the food. And me used to do the count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Me look about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can't imagine having somebody like this in my house. That's why I'm saying, those who been through it, know it. Those who haven't been through it, sometimes, we talk a lot of out the side of the neck talk because, the people that are from around there, so they're contributing to the crime rate, them need to just work with the police and tell law enforcement this and that. And I keep telling people, you haven't lived in these people's, the place they live in. You grew up with good parents and, nice life, and mosquito never really even bite you yet. Somebody that say, box off a mosquito for you. And, you're well protected and shaded. So you try to see other people's life and you pass these remarks without understanding them liberty. So when you hear the people that must say stuff like, 4 police officer patrol around here, so and 4 of them are criminal. Whom to tell something, sir? You don't live around there. You don't know the run-ins. Same thing with this. Me don't know them kind of something here. Me know my grandmother them used to tell me to chew the food 24 times at least before you swallow. Stop, cut and swallow the food. It's not good for your belly. And sometimes me used to hurry up and try to eat because you little and you got things to do. Matter of fact, when I was growing up, a couple of things we used to do. Nobody used to eat dinner or one over this or one over here. So one table set every day. Big up to my grandmother. Table set every day. Dinner is eaten by everybody at the table. And you take your time. And you don't get up until everybody else is done. Now, if you're one of them that we didn't have choice either about what we ate. And I'm like, no, my kids, if I have 5 of them here, all 5 of them want something different to eat. Nekashi, I want Wendy's. I say, you're not having no fast food today. It's food that's going to be cooked in the house. Okay, here are your choices, and you can pick from these. My might say curry chicken with potatoes. She like curry chicken with the when you cook the potatoes into the curry. Brown stew chicken or me love chicken. Me not too go far from chicken. I don't eat too much red meat or fish or whatever. She'll wait till I say all that, and she'll say, I don't want any of that. Okay, our next brother, him wants something else. This one wants something else. That one wants something else. Not when I was growing up. You ate what was on your plate. Now, for the kid who, like me, who didn't like the chicken bati, the chicken bati, the aisle parts around there, so that little triangular thing, they used to put that on my plate, man. When you get the chicken back and your dumpling and thing and that part they come on it, I used to feel that thing was so chewy, chummy, chewy. I don't know if to explain it. I'm like, that's left on my plate. Grandma say, yeah, clean up the plate. The lettuce them, I didn't want the lettuce, and I had a thing with lettuce. I didn't want the lettuce, I want the chicken bati. My grandmother never beat me. I never got a beating. I would stay at that table till I start doing like this though. And she said, all right, you're asleep. Get up and go clean up yourself. Get up and go clean up yourself. And tomorrow when you're ready to eat, this food will be right here for you. This is the first thing you're going to eat before you eat anything else. So tomorrow morning, when everybody is eating them fried dumpling with corned beef in the middle and them fried plantain and them scrambled egg, guess what you get? You get back the chicken bati from the chicken back with some lettuce where you left on the plate from yesterday. You're going to finish the food. But not beat the damn kid till you kill the kid. That's why I know I was raised with love. That's why I know I was raised by people who cared about me. And I will honor those people with my life for the rest of my life. Because I see atrocities like these happen out a road. A poor little child. Do you know how terrified a child is? You see, Kai? This is what I do with Kai, right? When we tell him like 100 times already and him still not stopping it, me and his mom sit down there, Kai, just like that. Sometimes he get in the zone and he goes. And him fast to him just like zip, zip, zip through the house like one like a mosquito. Zip, zip, zip. He's doing his thing, right? He goes to his playroom, him entertain himself, him come back, and him a go on. This is what I do to him. I said, like that, give my face. I raise my hand like that, and he'll go. I sight it like not gonna lick him and take off running. And he'll run to his room. Sometimes he'll laugh because he's just being mischievous, or sometimes, him don't laugh. Sometimes I'm going in that room and cry because he's terrified. Like, if you was really gonna like hit me like that kind of thing. But to see the fear, me used to get beaten. I used to get some rotted beaten where I thought there was no love there. But I want you to take your mind back to the fear. The fear for all of us who get beaten. We laugh about some of them beaten that know. Old school people would raise you. If old school people raise you, you get buffins, right? Not even beaten, you get buffins. I want you to take your mind back to something. We big up them old school people because them used to beat you, but then them used to tell you why. My grandmother used to beat. Then first of all, y'all get beaten with a story, because every lick come with a word. So you understand exactly why you are getting to lick them. Then after, she used to say, come here. Let me tell you why you get beaten. Let me talk to you. She said, Grandma, don't like when you lie, baby. And you didn't have to lie for that. And if you lie for something so small, you will lie for bigger things. And people that lie always end up thief. And stealing, people that lie always end up thief. A liar will steal, and a thief will kill, and as such go on. So we have an understanding now. So it's more honorable to speak the truth. But sometimes I speak the truth and she beat me anyway. So then I did confuse and I start saying, so it might be better to tell a lie every now and then. That's when I started learning when to lie and when to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? But either way, them never beat me, kill me. But fun and joke aside, I want you to put your mind in the space of a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old barely understands the world around them. Everything here is new to them. Picture yourself walking into some place for the first time. That's them on earth. First time here. They don't know none of this. Everything is intriguing to them. You look up and you see 4 light bulbs on 1 ceiling fan. This child doesn't see that. This child see a spaceship. It look like when the fan turn on, a spaceship have a land. The propellers are going. What is that? Why is it made like that? There's questions. You don't have those questions because you already know what that is now. You know what I'm saying? Everything is new to them. And in this new world for them, there are a lot of things here that they don't understand. And what do humans do when they don't understand stuff? They fear it. Right? So these children already walk around with a lot of fear because they're new to the world and don't understand what's going on around them. Now you're going to sit this little baby down. The stepfather became angry, broke a piece of stick, which he used to beat the deceased, which is the 4-year-old, severely, causing bruisings and swellings to the upper and lower limbs. This is according to the police report. Now it's alleged that when the child's mother tried to speak to her spouse, he used that same stick to beat her over the head, and then the stick wasn't enough. He took a piece of metal to beat her all over her body with it, causing bruising, swelling, and other wounds to her left arm that caused bleeding. Yeah, lick hard, man. You break flesh. The child reportedly went to the bathroom after the beating, and minutes later, the child was found by the same stepfather in the bathroom, breathing slowly, and then the child became unresponsive. According to the CCU, Nashawn was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital about 9 p.m. So dinner started at 7 p.m. and the poor picnic dead by 9 o'clock. That mother, ladies, listen, consequences. This is the consequence when you keep up with your abusive ass lover. This is the consequence. You know, your child probably didn't even like that man, but you didn't care. You didn't care. You know, a lot of women, I see them in relationships and they're like, yeah, wait, this one break up, I'll find another one and I don't have no problem moving on and all this other stuff. And I look at it like, shit, I even tell my wife that sometimes. Like when we argue, I said, if we, you know, this thing continues and we have to go our separate ways, you're going to end up with somebody else because I'm sure you're not going to move in with the nuns and become a nun and be celibate for life. You're going to end up with an ex-man. I'm not going to go move into the monastery and become a monk or be celibate for the rest of my life. I'm definitely going to take on another partner, another woman. The children are the ones who suffer. Adults just move on so easily, even with children. Now, if you're single and you're moving on, that's your business. That's your life. If you want to be frivolous with your thing and date 500 people, you can juggle them at the same time. I don't care. You can space them out and have a new one, a new fiance every month. I don't care. That's your business. You live your life how you want to live your life. But when you have children involved, that moving along stuff, the only person that really suffers, man, is the children. Because the children don't get to say, you know, I don't like this person, especially if they're really young. 3, 2, 1, 4. And half of the time, the parents don't listen. Mommy, I don't like him. Stop, you know, don't say that. He's a good man. You're going to get to know him. No, you should have heard the picnic from the first time. Children have this innate thing. See, I think we're born pure, right? And we get corrupted as we get older. Not only corrupted, we get misled, we get bamboozled, hoodwinked, all that stuff as we get older. But the raw truth from a child is as true as it gets. They don't really know how to lie until they get to an age where they start learning how to lie. So when you hear that child, they tell you, say, oh man, I don't like him. Don't be all up in yourself talking about, oh, he's jealous because another man is hugging his mommy. No, the child just don't like him. The child already sensed the danger that you are so willing to look past because you think about what, buddy? The warmth of a man. Two big crusty size 12 in your bed. Oh, you're gonna ride him like one of them jockey the funny house them out of Cayman's Park. Y'all think all kind of different things. The child went straight to the source. Hey, that spirit not good. I don't like him. But the child doesn't have the vocabulary yet. The words to say, listen, come here. That's not a good person. His spirit is not good. Something about, you know, we say in Jamaica, something about him not right. The spirit does not take him. Them kind of something there. The child don't have that yet. I want to beat an adult the same way you beat your child. Just please let me stand there. And when you have beat the child, let me count the blows. And then let me beat you after the same way you beat that child. And then I want to have a conversation with you after me done beat you. We could sit down and talk about how did it make you feel. And if you try to beat me back, I'll fight you. So I want you to comply with what we're about to do. I swear to God, I feel like I could do that sometime. Just pull up. No, carry on. Beat the child. Beat the child. And then you don't know. And then start put on the same beating upon you. And then when we're done beating, we sit down and talk. And you see the things that you're going to say to me? That hurt like hell. I'm angry now because you hurt me. All the things you're going to say, the child has no vocabulary to wrap all that up and give it to you. So picking just take hurt and run, go figure out in our corner what the hell just happened to me. You got to understand, man, when a child comes into this world, that child really feels like a grain of sand on the beach. The child really does. And then I remember being small. I remember being small. I remember the world feeling so big. I remember feeling like I would never be grown. I remember every little issue that came up in life felt like it was going to last forever. Anything went wrong, it felt like it was going to last forever. Didn't have the mind capacity yet to see it further and be like, you know, this too shall pass. That's mature thinking. This is why there is so much elder abuse. Look at the beginnings. Guyanese doll, yes. Some on the picnic can't wait for kick away your walking stick when you get older. Push it down the step and make you fracture your damn hips. Hit the side of your head, and maybe if you die, you do. If not, then hey, we'll patch you up and we'll keep going. Some of you are setting up already, and you're laying the groundwork for some adult abuse. Believe me, when people say I forgive, yeah, you take that if you want to. Or they say forgive but don't forget. Most people do not forget. And it's hard when you're sitting in front of somebody who issued like this. You beat me until I almost died. And look at you now, huh? Oh, shit up all over yourself. You can't even change your damn self. You want me to change your diapers for you? Huh? You want me to check? Let me change. This is doo-doo. Smell your own. Smell your own doo. You want me to change your diapers for you? You do to yourself, huh? Because that's what you used to do to me. Yeah, and it happens. And it happens, and it's out of anger. It's out of them going through what you put them through when they were younger and defenseless. You big bully. Go bully an adult. Go grab an adult your size and beat them out in the streets. If you feel like beating today, go outside, go start an argument with somebody your own size, your own age group. Make it even. Go. I bet you're not brave enough to do it. You locked up in the house, beating up on a 4-year-old. And you beat that 4-year-old so hard because he's eating slowly. The man, they have problems. It's another thing that we continue to not pay attention to in our culture, and that's mental health, man. Because no sane person does that. This is somebody that, and I'm not making excuses for him. I'm telling you that there are a lot of people within our culture that are suffering from mental issues and they are going unchecked. Mad people in our clean clothes. A lot of them have just learned how to get by day. Wake up, take shower, beard, put on clean clothes, have sane, seeming conversations. Underneath it all, them mad, them have issues, and it manifests in stuff like these. That lady, however, she was getting beaten a long time ago. She stayed with a man that was beating her. You don't have to ask me. He didn't get up and just start beat the 4-year-old. Oh, you eating slow. You eat too slow. Eat faster. And start beat him with stick. It doesn't work like that. She been getting beating. She has been getting beating from that man for a while. It was her decision to stay with somebody that beats her. I don't know if she needed financial help raising our child. I don't know. I'm not cussing the child father if he's dead, because he might be. I don't know the dynamics of the thing. Maybe she was with somebody and he passed away, and you know, you can get with somebody and both of you are broken, poor, but on a full of ambition and drive. And you say we're gonna build a life together. He end up passing away. You end up with a child, and now you have to raise this child, but y'all hadn't accomplished your dreams yet. You know, things happen. Things happen. But for some reason, I don't feel like it's how the story go. I don't feel like that's how that story went. This woman been getting beaten from this man. It's one of them classic cases that I talk about all the time. Lonely. Excited to get a new man. Put man over your children. Not how to do it at some point or another. Put man over your children. Man comes first. Body comes first. And moving this animal with your damn baby. I be having a weird eye for guys who be quick to move into female space with their children. Anyways, I do. Listen, I'm around my kids all the time, right? Let me tell you, this is just simple anatomy and physiology. See? I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV for nothing. I guess I'm a healthy male. Sometimes, you know, you start getting an erection for no reason. My child don't know this. My child is running to come jump on my lap. I'm having to hold my child out here and redirect him to someplace else. I don't want my child on my lap, and my mind is not nowhere near nothing sexual. This is just how the body works, right? So I watch and I wonder, like, because all humans' body work pretty much the same way. There's a level where we all work the same until something starts to happen to you or you go next or whatever. So I'll be watching these men. I give every one of them side eye. Once somebody says, stepdaddy, my eye, them go so. See? And yes, there are good stepfathers out there. There are, and I've heard people vouch for them. There are nasty daddies out there as well. And I've heard those horror stories. Me have to say, you're like your real father? You're not stepfather, not mother boyfriend. Your real dad did that? You know, we've had those stories before as well. So it's like, man, Nicole Walker says, true, I don't let my son sit in anyone's lap. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You're absolutely right for doing that. You should never. Never. Nobody can hug up none of my picking them talk about come sit on my lap and come sit on Uncle so and so lap and cousin not a blood. No. No. Hey, stop right there. Like that. I said stop right there because I thought I was talking to him. Stop right here. Do you want me to turn it on? He wants me to turn his tablet on. I turn his tablet on. See, he's being good. He ain't making too much noise. Oh God, he's watching Peppa Pig. Let's side note with a little bit of humor real quick, so it'll get too dark. But I'm gonna get back into the darkness. So Peppa Pig is the show that it's basically British, right? So they talk with a thick British accent. And I saw a news headline yesterday that says American kids throughout the pandemic have been watching so much Peppa Pig that they're now starting to speak with British accents. I found it very funny because the other day I went out to the pool with Kai, and Kai said something about the water. And being that I had lived in England before, you know what I'm saying, and I'm kind of familiar with the accent, I said, Kai, you mean the water? He said, yes, the water. I was like, what the rotten? Then I remember Peppa Pig. And this was like a few days before this report, because this report came out just yesterday. So I noticed him. I noticed him saying, so he's on Peppa Pig. Okay, you're interrupting my show, so go back over there, please. You want to say good morning? Peppa. Look, see, Peppa. See that? And I'm saying Peppa Pig, and him say Peppa. Look, say good morning. Wave to the people. Look, you're right there. Wave. All right. Take your tablet. Here. Papa, go. Here. I love you. Hold it properly. Go. Put it on the bed. Yeah. All right. No, don't get me wrong enough. Sometimes we talk to Kai like, cause we want Kai to grow up like within our culture and in the dialect. So sometimes him get some rough talking like, hey boy, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't want my kids to grow up on, are you speaking to me? And you know, I don't want them to be oblivious because that's not how we communicate. It's not okay to take on other people's culture and then deny your own and act like yours don't exist. And you know, then next thing him go around my people them and everything them saying runway and ball like, God, they're so aggressive and so rough. When it's not, that's just how we talk. It's just how we talk. See? So him get all of that too. I don't know, my mother stay already. So him get all of that too, which is a part. It comes with the culture. But God, man, the little 4-year-old boy, I feel some type of way. Y'all don't understand. I feel some type of way about this little 4-year-old because it happens way more often than we care to think. You know what I'm saying? It happens way more often than we care to think. There are a lot of children that get done like this. I remember the last time I was in Jamaica, we went to an event. I won't say anything, name or nothing. We went to an event and there was a couple there with 3 children. Now the 3 children look about my son's age, about Kai's age. I mean, I'm Kai a par, you know? And the couple and their kids look about Kai's age. And they had all 3 kids standing in one place the whole time. Now this is an event that lasted quite some time. And they had the 3 kids standing, holding on to the tree. You know, somebody said, hold on to that tree here and don't move from right to so. And shut him out, I don't want to hear no noise, because me I listen to what go on. And you know, I looked at that when I came and I thought, damn, they're so well behaved. But then I thought, nah, that's not normal. Because Kai came along and he was there. And Kai, once him juice bottle go empty now, this is in Jamaica and it's hot as hell outside. Once him juice bottle go empty, Kai's like, juice, I want juice, please. In the middle of the event, I'm like, shh, Kai, come. Okay, come, let me go get you some juice. Go, full up him bottle, come back. The picnic them still hold on by the tree, stand up one place. So my thoughts went from they're so well behaved to, oh my God, this is not normal. Like, I don't want to be at an event for that long where I have to force that kid to hold on to a tree and stand up like a statue for that long because it's just not normal. And I understand some people would say, Oh yeah, but you're trying to you're teaching them how to pay attention and manners and how to be. No, not at that age. It's not at that age. The child does not know how to differentiate what you're trying to do. All the child knows is I'm under stress because everything in my natural living being is saying move, like a normal 3-year-old, 4-year-old. Everything in their normal being is saying move. Mosquito pass them seat, you know, and then want to chase it. Oh, see a bird there, them attention span short, and as we get older, the attention span increases. So at about that age, their attention span, they're all over the place. They could only pay attention to anything for little and so long. But Jesus Christ, man, I think education is a big key too, a big key factor. You know what I'm saying? Knowing these things. Having studied child development and human lifespan, which I have studied, I understand now from birth all the way up into the centennial years and onto death. I understand now how we function as human beings. So education plays a great role in all of this. You know what I'm saying? They were staring at Kai the whole time. And they were actually looking at Kai like, thank you, Nina Sky, I appreciate you greatly. They were actually looking at Kai like, yeah, babe. Oh boy. Hey, Bono. I was rushing, man, and dealing with Kai. All right, thank you. Baby girl up? No, she's still sleeping. Okay. Come, Papa, I need to change it. So you something done now? Yeah. Well, let me see. I look at outfit here. Yeah. So what was I saying? I don't know. She come in here and I want like a 90. Come bend over. Like she'll pick up Kai. I don't know why y'all do that. What was I talking about? What did I talk about? Yo, you see how you got me off track? So kids don't know. I don't know. My wife just came in here and want like a blue nightie what she knows something like. Want like a silky blue nightie what she knows something like. I don't think she want no. I don't know. But she just been over and pick up Kai. I mean, remember what me that talk about. Natural thing. You know what I said? Natural thing. I really can't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I joke this. I really can't remember what I talked about. All right, so let's get back to it. Let's start off somewhere else, and then we end up there. If we end up back there, I feel some kind of way about the little boy. No, that's it. No, for real, y'all drag me. Y'all help me. What was I talking about? Human development. Thank you, Omega. Thank you, Omega Brown. Thank you. All right. Human development. I mean, that's about human development. Okay. Education is a big thing because I did study human development, a lifespan, and I understand now that how we grow and how we develop. And you know, education goes a long way. If you know these things about children, then you know that certain things you can't force them to do because naturally they cannot do it. What you're forcing them to do. All you do is stress out the picnic. All you do is stressing out the picnic. And so the kids were hanging. I remember now. The kids were hanging on to the tree the whole time, and I left and went to go get juice for Kai and come back. In the sun, the picnic them still there, they hang on to the tree. And I thought, okay, this is not well behaved anymore. This is more like, you know, the kids are stressed, and they kept staring at Kai, and they would literally look at Kai from head to toe because Kai's like alive and he is free to express himself, and I'm catering to him expressing himself. I have him out there in the sun. I know that he is not exposed to the sun like that. Honestly, I'm red already. He really can't take the sun. He's a man will go outside. So his family, that side them family have what them call them again? I know I use the disrespectful term. Oh, albinos. Yeah, that side of their family have like albinos and stuff. So I guess Kai gets some of that genes there. So and then he be in the sun like this, and then get burn up real quick on these things. So I'm catering to him, making sure he's okay and everything. And boy, they looking like wow, oh, he gets to do that. And him sprint along the store, run, come back up the one. I'm like, Kai, get over here, stand right here, stand right here. All him get if you do that. Me would I get a boof. That's what they. And I'm observing the children as they are observing my child. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, we got to do better. We got to do better. That poor kid. Now, with that said, all I can do at this point is just try to use that situation to teach people, because somebody is going through it right now and somebody is stressed out right now and taking it all out on your child and all that. That little boy is already dead. He was murdered. Let's put it clear in the right terms. There's nothing we can do to bring him back. We can send our condolences. Those only go so far. We can blame it on the mother's choice. That still won't bring him back either. But somebody out there who is doing the same thing could pay attention to this and understand the reasoning. And if you're a person who's looking to always better yourself, then this will resonate with you, right? And remember, like I said to you guys, you might not have any children, or your children might be grown and gone. You might be a grown person who have grown children that have children. So you have grandchildren. You can impart some of this knowledge when you see your son or your daughter buffing up your grandkids. Yeah, you can impart some of this knowledge to them. You might save a life. And for those of you who are young, haven't had children yet, or you just have one or two or whatever, this still resonates with you. See? So with that said, on that note, we're going to leave that one right there, sad as hell. And going out, now let's talk about this whole, I'm going to say the word one time. No, it starts with a V and ends with an E. And them line you up and them juke you in your arm with it and them something there. For those of you who got it already and you're here, how are you doing? Have when we say how are you doing, we kind of remember Wendy. Is anybody having any adverse effects, any side effects, anything that you want the public to know about? Or is everybody fine that took it? We know that some of you haven't taken it and have sworn that you never will. But there are a lot of people here that did take it already. My house full all the time with kids and to help all the stressed out fam. And I don't have kids. Lulu Ridges, you're one of those ones. You're one of those ones. Big up to you for that. Because that's what family is about. You don't expect people to come raise your kids for you, but it's a joy and a beauty when you have family around you that's so close and are worthy enough for you to be able to say, yeah, I could leave my child with auntie so and so. You know what I'm saying? And you trust them, that kind of thing. Kai, Makai, hello? You're not gonna look at me? Look at me, Papa. You know what you're doing. Shut up. Yeah, it's a joy. So far, I'm okay thus far. No side effects. Carolyn says she took the Pfizer. So, Von Brown's mover says, I got Moderna. Made me a very humble success. What? Yes, but okay, different topic. I got Moderna. I got it to protect my 5-year-old who can't get
vaccinated. I'm sure that's what he said.
But money a wicked in a blouse and skirt. That's all I have to say. Bill.
Yes, yeah. But really,
if I could have showed the people them.
No, thank you. I mean,
She came back in here with the same thing on. What was I saying again? Okay, we was talking about the vaccine. All right, I was reading the comments. Pfizer, somebody says, everyone, she gotta stop doing that. No issues at all. France says, I didn't take it, but I work in a hospital. 178% increase in hospitalization the past week. Florida governor not doing anything about it. Okay, so it's important to hear from somebody inside, like the hospital, right? Now, this is not the news telling you this. This is somebody that actually works in the hospital. I mean, France, we're not, obviously we can't verify your, because if to get right down to the nitty gritty of it, I'll be like, go live. Let me see you in the hospital. Let me see you in your uniform. Show me your name badge. Show me your so and so and so. You know what I'm saying? To go 100% real. But France is saying that I didn't take it, but I work in the hospital. So I'm guessing you might have to be like double masking or wearing a mask the entire time you're on the clock, right? But there's been 178% increase, which is what I want to talk about. I can't stop look, Mary Johnson. It for some reason it just does something to my eye them where it takes away my attention. Yeah, she try a thing. She's very spiteful. Wanna pray for me? Now I'm off track again. LC says, I took the vaccine first dose. No negative effects. My friends are all good as well. My 90-year-old grandmother took both doses and she's good as well. No issues. So, Patty, that's good. We get enough lashing to never have no interaction with Babylon or go jail. Or not talk about beating. Somebody said me if you stop looking. Patty, social media, raise them. I'm an ICU nurse, LOL. No need to lie. I wear N95 here in South Florida. No, France. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that, you know, okay, so we're on social media, right? So, and I've seen people, don't do that, Papa. I've seen people actually come on here and say, SouFlo, you know, I'll be a foolishness you're talking because I've been in the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force for the last 10 years and this and that. And when I actually check out the person's credential, them don't even have a job. They're not employed at all and they have never served in the JCF. And also people say stuff all the time just to bolster whatever it is they're going to get across. Like your comment that said 178% increase in the last week in hospitals. You know what I'm saying? So if I was going to really be SouFlo, I would be like checking everything. Then I could say, Francis is absolutely right, and I believe because he does work in the hospital, I've checked out the credential. Not saying that you're lying, that was just passing saying. People do that though. Yeah? Dr. 35 says, I got my first shot. They made it mandatory at my job. Healthcare, I got headache, neck ache, no taste in my mouth for 3 days. The second one is in August. Blow my skirt. Okay, Makai, I'm on your time now, right? I'm on his time. SouFlo, do you think Shensia sell our soul to the devil? Why am I come with that? Why can't black people just be successful from their hard work? Want to see how hard Shensia work? The girl work hard in the man. Yeah, France, bless up. So yeah, this whole vaccine thing, one time, now I'll say it again. I'm checking on the people who took it. It seems like now, you know, for every one of these, there's going to be adverse effects. It don't affect everybody the same. So you're going to have a couple of people out of the population that took it that will have adverse effects. Like this one person just said, backache, neck ache, taste gone in a mouth and all these things for 3 days and looking forward to taking the second one. They made it mandatory at the job. So when it comes down to, well, hey, all our employees are on board, you got to have it. If you don't have it, you know, we're gonna have to replace you. But I'm sure they cannot say it like that. I'm sure depending on where you live, but they'll find a way. They'll find a way to, oh, you're an employee that's not playing game. You're not playing ball with company. You're not on board. So they'll start to push you more to the side. Before you know it, you're unemployed for whatever reason, you know? So Queenie and Princess Channel say, I got 2 daughters. Check out what the Mayor Levine, she released a statement blaming the people. They are changing the narrative, making it the unvaccinated fault. Yeah. And not only that, now there's some kind of a variant, another variant. And now they are talking about going back into lockdown. Now, for the past almost 2 years, we've been in lockdown over a year, right? A year and a half. Barely coming out. I'm wondering how serious this thing is. Because I just watched a concert in Atlanta. That concert was kept in a stadium. A stadium full of people at this concert. Moneybag, Yayo, Lil Baby, all the hot hit names in rap music, hip hop rap music were performing. And the Delta, different strains are they're talking about. I've heard also somebody say, yes, it's the people who got it already that are now passing off this different strain, and all confusing to me. It is all still confusing to me. I'm not going to use my platform to sit up here and act like I know what's going on with it. I'm just checking on my people, because you check in here almost every day, so I'm checking on you and I'm gauging. Remember, I told y'all, I said I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to see how you do. If you start calling me, I say, SouFlo, my last taste in my mouth for the past 2 months, still not taste nothing yet, then that's going to throw red flags for me. SouFlo, I'm losing my eyesight, this and that. I want to hear, or when you say, hey, got both of them doing fine. Everybody in my family got both of them doing fine. Blah, blah, blah. My old grandmother, she 90-something, got both of them doing fine. That I take those into consideration too. But I'm watching the masses. I'm a people watcher. And that's all I'm going to do. You can't join both branches. If you give away a joint to get the people to take the job, it doesn't make sense. A joint? Makai. Really, Pop? Stop your tablet. Stop your tablet, Papa. Pause your tablet. Yes, you can. I did. Same, I'm watching. Whether it's either U.S. Army, National Guard, or Navy. You know, when y'all start talking military, I'm all in it, right? What's this military talk about? NBA games have a lot of crowd, but it seems that the U.S. hasn't really locked it down with all the partying I've seen going on. I'm telling you, I just watched last night. Last night, I just watched a concert that was held in a stadium, and it was jam-ram-packed, the whole stadium packed. This is a rap concert. Nobody in there had on a mask. So stuff like that, I'm following, because I want to know how a concert could happen in a stadium. Nobody wore a mask, and I'm following this crowd. A month from now, we're going to hear that nobody in that stadium got it. Things that make me go, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not doubting nothing. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know. So I'm being skeptical. I'm just asking questions. I don't think too many people can handle this lockdown, extended lockdown thing anymore anyways, right? And I think that part of it is going to be some kind of a psychological, it's going to have psychological implications on people after being locked down for so long. Them can't take it. The mother said them get the, okay, I want to know if I should join National Guard or the Navy. The National Guard recruiter just texted me to come in, but I called the Navy to come in, but I'm undecided. I got 2 daughters. What should I do? National Guard is not okay. Here's National Guard. We call them nasty girls. Pardon me. I was in the infantry. Everybody. It took me a long time to learn how to speak to people again because we kind of brawling with it, and so National Guard covers all entities. You could be in the Navy and be National Guard. You could be in the Army and be National Guard. You could be in the Marine Corps and be National Guard. National Guard is just home entities. They stay home, right? When deployments get hectic, they might deploy with a deploying unit, National Guards. You're not active duty in the National Guard per se. You deal with more local stuff. Your paycheck won't be the same. Your benefits will be the same, but your paychecks will not be the same. So if you have 2 children, I'm pretty sure that being in the National Guard is not going to be able to sustain your bills and 2 children, National Guard. If you go Navy, are you going to go reserve or are you going to go active? That's the next question that you should decide for yourself. Is it going to be an active duty thing for you or is it going to be a reserve thing for you? Okay, Kai, it's time to go. Let me wrap up this show. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yvonne Edwards says, my healthcare job in Connecticut made it mandatory. If you can't prove exemption, it's termination. They said it exactly like that. Wow. Remember when it first came out and I told you, I said they won't say it now, but they're going to get there. But I guess they got there. She said they said it straight up. It's if you can't prove exemption, it's termination. No Navy is reserve. No Navy is reserve. Well, I can speak for the Army and I can speak for the Marine Corps. And Coast Guard is not, it's a whole different entity. But I'm pretty sure they have reserve. I don't know. I might be talking to a Navy person who knows more about the Navy than me. But I know that you have active duty and you have reserve and you have National Guard. It's different things, right? So if you're going to go National Guard, you're looking to meet up, once a month? They meet up once a month, right? It's one weekend out of every month they meet up. And in the meantime, you get to live your life. What kind of money do you get out of that can sustain a family? Because my thing was this, if I was going to join the military, I'm going to go all in. For one, I got children to take care of. Well, I didn't have them at that time, but I'm going to be having children. I wanted family. I wanted children. So I needed a steady income. And I wanted to be submerged all the way in. I didn't want to be a reserve. I didn't want to get a $150 check every month because it can't do anything. And then I'm required to travel to way over so-and-so for. So you got a lot to think about. But I tell you what, if they want you with 2 kids, because usually they're kind of like, I don't know, you have 2 kids already. How's that going to work out for you? You have somebody that's going to help you with the kids while you go off to training. And then when you're duty station and you duty calls, how are your children going to be like? Are you married? Is there a spouse in the picture that's going to help with the babies? Who are you going to be leaving them with? There's so much to your question just by your one question. Nature Man says August 9. Nature Man, big up yourself. Wong, thank you for being here. Okay. Colleen Bram says, yes, there is Navy Reserve. You see what I'm saying? So people come and talk all the time. My initial statement was, but then I back off of people. That's why I say I don't speak on, like people ask me, SouFlo, how come you never talk about like other Caribbean islands and stuff? Because I don't feel it's my place, because the people from those islands, they'll approach me like this. Why don't you stick to your Jamaican topic? Because you know about Jamaica. Don't talk about my country because you really don't know what goes on there. Here's the funny thing. The funny thing is they don't know half of what goes on there. I actually go do some research, right, and end up knowing more than they do about their own country. But they, for the simple fact that I rep Jamaica so hard, they'll be like, just stick to what you know. Just talk about your own stuff. So I do. So I apply that same measure to when I start speaking about the military. I was in the Marines DEP program before I went to the Army. The Marines could not grant me what I wanted, and they had a shady recruiter. They had a shady recruiter that was trying to get over on me, but mommy didn't raise no fool. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to go Army instead. But I was with their program, training with them and everything for the longest, for like 6 months before I even decided, hey, I'm not going with you guys. Matter of fact, when they came to pick me up and it was my final pickup, I said, I'm not going, Gunny. And he was like, what do you mean you're not going? Then he started getting real. He's trying to intimidate me. He was like, you know, you could get arrested for this, right? Because you're committed. I said, I didn't raise my hand and swear. I didn't have a swear-in with you yet. And I'm deciding to not go. And now that you're trying to be aggressive about it, I'm definitely not going with you. It was a deal. I wanted to do journalism. They wanted combat soldiers, frontline soldiers, infantry soldiers. So this whole time I'm training with them for 6 months. This man is telling me, yes, you're going to do journalism. I'm going to make sure you get what you want, what you signed up for, and all this. I didn't know, which you learn this. Whatever it is that you want, speak it to them up front. Make them put it in writing and sign off on it. Don't go in there talking about, yes, I'm going in to be a journalist, and you end up on the front line somewhere, shots firing and ducking, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't sign up for this. Don't do it, because they will do that to you. I saw a lot of grown men cry because when they're in training, they're up there talking about, Tashana Mighty, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. When they're in training, right, it's all good and everything. When training is over and it's time to go off to where what it is you're supposed to be doing is when you hear some of them talking about, so I'm getting ready to go to journalism school. And they do like this. Are you? Journalism school? Hold on, let's see something here. Tashawn Jackson says right here that you are at the needs of the military. Okay, so you're at the needs of the Army. And right now we need gunners. So you're going to be a saw gunner on a rifle team. You're not going to be and you're like, what? No, because my recruiter checked. Hey, take it up with your recruiter. Move out. That's it. And you're stuck. You're stuck with that. So you're going to be on a gun from now when you didn't want to do nothing. Like, I thought I was going to be in finance. I thought I was going to be working in the mailroom because I wanted to do 4 years, get this under my belt. And then when I get out, I was going to go work at the post office. Why am I doing this to me? You'll get that whole, shut the fuck up. Move out. And there's nothing you can do about it. You see, for those of us who got hip to it before we went in, it was a negotiation. It wasn't oh, you're superior. It was a negotiation. It was like, okay, listen, I'll go infantry, but I want a signing bonus. Okay, how much is the signing bonus going for? Well, I don't know if you could really get a signing bonus. Okay, well, I'm not going. I'll just stay right here where I'm at. I'm good. Okay, listen, we'll put you in. The signing bonus is going to be 10,000. I said, I've been reading, and I saw there are a couple of guys that just now signed up, went infantry. They got $30,000 for their signing bonus. I want that $30,000 for my signing bonus. Just like that. You know what they did? Shh. Don't talk too loud. They typed up the paperwork, Have me read it, read through. I will be going to here for training. This is what I'm going to be trained in, blah, blah, blah. Down here, boom, and guaranteed a $30,000 signing bonus. Okay, sign on the line, get my stuff stamped. Now, when I'm coming out of training, when I'm coming out of initial training and everybody was crying and running to check their bank accounts, no signing bonus. But my recruiter promised me $30,000. And the drill sergeants are like, them damn recruiters. And they'll laugh like that because they probably were a recruiter at 1.2. Yeah. Hey, guy. Hey, did you get that in writing? Did they sign off on that? No. So somebody just promised you $30,000 and here you are, right? You're a special kind of stupid. Get over here. Now you're like, damn, I'm a special kind of stupid for real? What the hell does that mean? So I'm not just regular stupid. You start to hate joining. You can't just leave like that. So be careful what you're doing, okay? That's why I told y'all, I said, listen, if you have a child that's going in or any of you grown ones want to go in, talk to me. Talk to me. I have guided people in. And the funny thing is, all the people that I guided in, none of them want to get out. None of them want to get out. And majority of them are Jamaicans. And they all did not choose Army. I remember one specific person, he ended up choosing the Navy. And he is having a ball. And he is not getting out. He is not on no front lines anywhere. He doesn't do no combat anything. He is doing just fine and he is loving his career. So, no bonus included. You have to talk to me. You have to talk to me. I made sure I got my bonus in writing. Right after basic training was done, I went and I checked my account. You know, some man young them time, they've never seen money like that before. Not in one place anyways. I goes to my checking account and look. And there's a check deposited for $30,000 in my checking account. And I was like, okay, starting life. Ended up paying off some student loans, got myself a car, saved some money, that kind of stuff. So, hey, be careful what you're doing, okay? Be careful what you're doing. I can guide you in, and if I guide you in, you're going to want to stay in because I'm going to guide you into where your interest lies. Whatever jobs they have out here, they have the same jobs in the military. They're classified as, well, in the Army, they're classified as MOSs. I don't know what they're called in any other branch of the military. I don't know if it's MOS right across. Maybe my Marine people or my Navy people in here could help me out, but we call it MOS, Military Occupational Skills. And whatever one you sign up for, that's what it's going to be for you. You can cross-train, you can do other things, but you're contracted to that. So don't go in and let some fast-talking a recruiter has a quota to meet. And he'll get you in there by any means necessary. And the most people he get in, where they don't have to pay money out to get you in, i.e. signing bonus and stuff like that, is the bigger his kickback is going to be. See? So he has an incentive to get you in and to trick you in. I don't know why these recruiters do that anyways, because it is miserable as hell for somebody who is stuck in that position. Yo, Mr. Big People wake up and cry every day. Cry. And they used to tell them stuff like, when you get out of, see, out in the world, you were somebody with no discipline. You were a person that used to run away from everything that you started, huh? Well, Uncle Sam's going to hold you to this. You signed up for 4 years. You're going to do your 4 years. I give a rat's ass what you do with yourself after the 4 years. But you're going to honor these 4 years that you signed on paper as a contract for. And if you skip town or leave or do anything like that, I guarantee you, you wouldn't even be able to get a job at McDonald's flipping burgers. That's how they say it, right? And when they say it like that, you have someone that's stuck in a position they didn't want to be in the first place, now thinking, damn, I got to go through this for 4 years. I got nothing out of it that I wanted. I got tricked into a position I don't like. And if I leave, I can't even get a job at McDonald's flipping burgers. More of that. And here comes the special kind of stupid. Get out of the way. Right? So make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing. They tried it with me, but it didn't work. Thank God it didn't work. I don't know, man. I always think I'm protected because nobody told me that. My dad's a career soldier with JCF. His dad's a career policeman with JCF. My dad with JDF, and we never had these kind of discussions about recruiter. Plus, that was in Jamaica for them, and I'm going into the U.S. military, so it's probably two different things, right? I don't see recruiters in Jamaica walking around, set up recruiting stations and going through neighborhoods and going to schools and talking to kids. Maybe that's something that they need to do. Maybe that is something that they need to do. I don't know if they have it already. Maybe they have it already. I just don't know. But some of them recruiters, they're shiesty as hell. And they'll get you in a position where you're going to hate it and you're going to cry for the next 4 years. I remember I got up one night. This is basic training going in. This kid found out that he can't do anything after this but go infantry. And this kid, and this is the middle of the night, right? When you hear, shut the fuck up, go sleep. You're on your bunk, you're going to sleep. He's on top of my bunk. And in the middle of the night, I hear, I jump out my sleep. I'm like, what's going on? It's dark in there. You want daddy? It's dark in there. I jump out my sleep. That's my cue to go.
Dark in there.
He's up there cutting himself. He got a sharp thingy and he's cutting his arm like this. I kid you not. He did like about 20 cuts on his arm because he wants to go home and they won't let him go home. And he's like, this is just bullshit. This is just too much pent up testosterone. This is what this is about. I'm not in for this. This is not what I want. And he's cutting his arm. On another bay over from my bay, a youth hung himself. Committed suicide. So I'm telling you, and when they get you way out in them woods on one of them training sites, you can't get away. You can't escape. It's going to be very hard for you to escape. So know what you're doing before you get into all this. All right? I don't regret my experience. I enjoyed it. I was one of them that was crying too in the beginning, but I was crying because the training was so hard. I literally used to get up in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and sit at the edge of the bed and cry for about 5 minutes. That was my first year in. You know, and I spoke to a higher ranking sergeant at the time, and he said, it builds character. Go through it. And I thought to myself, it builds character, go through it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go through this, build my character up. So I had the mind frame of building character. But I would cry my 5 minutes, and then I would suck it up, muscle up, get out there, and get dogged. Because that's what you get your first year. You get dogged. Any shit detail, that's what they call them, shit detail. Any shit detail, toilets got to be cleaned, the walls got to be painted, the windows got to be scrubbed and cleaned, and these things we have to clean out building number 1 so they can put new furniture in there. Everything that's done is done by you, private, right? And that's you paying your dues. And I cried my first year through. Then after that first year, when you start to gain some rank, your private, your PV2, your PFC, your private first class, your specialist, when you hit like your specialist rank now, so you're going to suffer for like 2 years. It's going to be bad the first year if you're in the, infantry unit I'm speaking. It's going to be bad the first year because you have to prove yourself to a group of guys who are tightly knit. You got to understand these guys have been to combat already before together. So when they look at you, you fleshy, freshy, soft feet, soft hands coming in here. You got to prove yourself to the team. Can I trust you with my life? Can I trust you with my back turned? Are you disciplined enough to still be up even when you got to like keep one eye open and tell yourself, I'm going to let the left side of my body fall asleep now, but I'm going to keep the right side open so I can see what's going on. Okay, now I'm going to let the right side go to sleep and keep the left eye open. If you haven't developed these things, these disciplines yet, they'll beat it into you. And then when you get through it and you start to become that machine, then it's all love, man. It's all love. And then it's somewhere where you don't want to leave. You kind of get used to the madness. You get off a deployment and you want to go back to a next one while your family is here talking about, oh my God, my son is in so much danger. And you over here like, man, locked and loaded, ready to go. Like, we need a freaking order to come down, send us back. D-Mac, shout out, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. But be careful what you're doing. For those of you who have kids in there or kids who want to go there and all that, be careful. Okay, talk to somebody like me. I'll steer you in the right direction the best way I can. I'm not a recruiter. Shout out to the good recruiters out there, but in some sense, I do recruit because I do encourage. I've never told anyone, don't go. I always tell them, make sure what you pick aligns with your interests, because the US military does not play around. You are trained to do something, you're expected to do it, and you are held accountable for it. No excuse is acceptable when you fail at what you've been trained to do. I said that in a comment on one of the Haitian videos, and people got mad. SouFLo, don't compare Jamaica to, no, yeah, because we're highly trained too, and this and that. I was talking about the accountability level. You're not going to be not accountable for what you were supposed to be responsible for. You're going to be held accountable. And no, and when I say no excuses is acceptable. Oh, my mama died. I don't want to hear that shit. Did you accomplish what the hell we told you to accomplish? Oh, my wife is not feeling too good. That's not our problem. Oh, my children are ill. Well, you should have fixed that shit up before you got here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, know what you're doing. All right? My baby on me going to sleep. So we're going to leave this one right here today. Ace, X-Ace99X says, not fighting in no white man controlled army. That's crazy. And I know you're going to say, oh, yeah, but above them, there's still white man. I know black people in every structure of this, all the way up to the Pentagon. Okay, all the way up to where that comes from. And then you're going to say, oh, but somebody controls even them too, SouFLo. Okay, we don't really care about all that. If I start living like that, I'm not going to do this in any white man. I live here in the United States of America. And I enjoy all the freedoms that come with living here. Yeah. And I've accomplished the American dream. And my life is pretty comfy. My kids are happy. And they're well protected. That's what it is for me. That's what it's about for me. And to be able to put myself in a position to, you see, we think life is forever. So we hear ifing and butting and nothing and that. And then before you know it, you're old and out the line and somebody else is doing it. I have to do what I have to do in the lifetime that I've been given to do it. My goal is to set up good enough so they don't have to do certain things if they don't want to do it. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I hear that all the time about white man army and all that stuff. I don't really care about all that. I really don't. Plus, I have another view of things. Like when I say white man, they're gonna mash down certain people, and I know so them certain people that don't really like me, put me on a mission. I'll rock out with my cock out. You know, so divide and conquer all the way. Hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shine a light, show a path. Come on, man. Life is short. Life is short. All perspectives respected. Pick your path. Exactly. True. I mean, who don't want it, don't want it. And that's all good for them. But who wants it and feels like that's the way to go get it, then all good for them too. As a people, we need adjustments to our mindset, not putting food on table to focus on the skin tricks. Man, listen, I remember when I was getting ready to go in, I remember people saying stuff like the same thing that person just said. I'm not going to no white man army and all this other stuff. I kid you not. I'm from a part of Brooklyn, or I lived in a part of Brooklyn for a good period of time where when I came back, this person is doing 10 years in prison. This person is doing 5. This person. I've always said to myself, put me in a combat zone, put me on the battlefield, give me my rifle and my 7 magazines with 30 rounds apiece, and I'll go fight my way out. Where I don't want to be is locked in a prison with some ignorant mofos and in there fighting for my body hole. That's where I didn't want to be. So those were the choices. Those were the choices. And I was like, give me my rifle, man. Put me in uniform. Put me on. Let me fight it out that way. And so I was fighting life out that way. There were a lot of other people that fought it out another way. You know, some people took out loans. They went to college, and then they got out of college, and then what they went to school for became irrelevant. They can't get a job in their field. They're stuck in this position. Some went and became, you know, it's all kinds of stuff that went on that I saw around me. Some people is like, I'd rather be a soldier out here on the streets, son. Yeah, until you're standing in front of a judge that says for the next 10 years, you will be property of the state of New York. And first stop is Rikers Island, where you better know how to be a gorilla ape, because somebody is going to chin check you as soon as you get in there. It's not no, oh man, what are you in here for? All right, buddy, go sit over there. Nice. Can you fight? Bang! You're like, the hell I'm getting hit for? Bang, bang! You gonna check out or you gonna fight? Because everybody in here fight. In this dorm right here, we fight, we turn up. And suddenly you're in, I'm sure you would want to be in a white man's world then. Send me back out. Send me back to the white man's world, please. You understand? So it's our choices, man. It's our choices. That was my choice. I don't regret it. And shout out to all my infantry brothers out there. You know what I mean? You wear that blue cord, I respect you to the fullest because I know what it's about. To the fullest. Big up on yourself. We're going to leave it right there. So this morning, manners and respect to each and every one of you. There you goes. That baby is out on the daddy. All right. We're going to leave it right here this morning. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having the reasonings. And I'll catch you right here tomorrow morning, right here on SouFLoTV. Be safe out there. If y'all take your vaccine, take your vaccine. If you're not taking it, then do that too. It's all up to you. All right. Just stay in touch so I can keep on an eye on you guys and gauge the thing from this. One love. Peace. Boy, I thought you were sleeping.